spend so much time leading up to something, and then you're like, well, now what? After it's over.
I feel like I'm never gonna get married. For that reason.
Yeah, just like as we were coming back, and like as we were like you were in the bathroom just now, and I'm sitting here, and I'm like, well, now what? I've been looking forward to this for months.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, 2 years really, but like months realistically.
Yeah.
Yeah, lost for words because you're like, fuck, what do I do?
I'll have a sip.
Yeah, we'll jump right in.
We'll jump right in.
We just saw The Last Jedi opening night, double feature, baby.
So we saw The Force Awakens, and then we took a 10-minute, 15-minute break, and then we watched.
Yeah, because we had to pee.
Yeah, watched The Last Jedi, Star Wars. So what we'll do is the first 10 minutes of this, first less than 10 minutes, will be spoiler-free. So we'll just give you our unadulterated, no anecdotes from the movie.
Would it even be better to like upload 2 separate files so that it doesn't accidentally trip over into spoilers?
We're going to do 2 separate files.
Okay, so a short non-spoiler review and then a longer in-depth discussion, which could take it could take 2.5 hours because there was a lot of shit in that movie.
Yeah, we'll start at the beginning, and when we get to the end, we'll stop.
Do you want to start, Lucas?
Yeah. So I can give you my overall view of the movie. Fantastic film.
Oh yeah,
thoroughly enjoyed. I liked the way it looked. I liked the way it sounded. John Williams absolutely nailed it. I love the story. The story is very. I don't want to call it new because I'm sure we'll find a story that's similar to it at some point.
Everyone was like worried it's going to be another Empire Strikes Back. I'm like, no, it's actually so different from any Star Wars movie. So I'm not generating not in terms of story. I'm not referring back to Star Wars stories, just any story in general. It was very unique. Yeah, absolutely,
and it's in the Star Wars realm. Wow, well, it's very unique.
Yeah,
I liked. There's an impending doom. I liked that.
any Star Wars movie there is.
Exactly. I love that about it. The tension at some points in the movie is so well done.
Yeah, it's built up
it's
too.
Very gripping. There is one moment that everyone will know when they see it. It is amazing to be part of.
Oh yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed that.
If you're in a theater with people, you can actually you could cut the tension with a knife in that room.
It was unbelievable. That moment for me, I think, would probably be the highlight of the movie, and you call that the climax of the movie. I know there's bits that come after it.
Yeah.
But that is definitely the
emotional climax for sure. It's an emotional climax. But I think my favorite part of the film, I obviously I liked it a lot as well. It was really, I'm a Star Wars fan. I was gonna like it no matter what. But I think objectively, it's a good movie.
Yes.
Not just subjectively. I think it's objectively a good movie because it's different than anything else. Like you said, that impending sense of doom. Like when you go see a Marvel movie, you go see like a superhero movie, like Justice League or whatever. Like the heroes are going to win. You know,
they'll win.
Their heroes are going to win.
Yeah.
With Star Wars, it's not always the case, and this movie does a really good job of making you feel at all times the heroes have no fucking chance. You know, they really do put them up against the wall and test every single one of the characters, which is my second favorite part about the film. It's like this character story, except it's not about one character. It's about all of them.
Tons,
There's new ones, old ones, returning heroes or new ones. I already said new ones, but returning heroes or, newly introduced characters. Each character, I feel learns a lesson in this movie.
Yes. We'll get into that more into the spoiler free.
Yeah, in the spoiler helps bit. Their character, and it's
I agree.
It's even isn't that why we go to the movies? We go to be entertained, but we also go maybe to learn something, or we go to kind of.
And speaking of entertainment,
find something new.
It is very entertaining. It is amazingly entertaining. It is well put together. Like I said, musically, I think is one of the most entertaining parts. You could probably close your eyes and just play the music and listen to the sounds of the movie. Right. And know exactly what's going on. You wouldn't need the visual of it.
Exactly. Well, I mean, I even tried to look up the soundtrack today, but it's not out until tomorrow. Because we saw it on the 14th. It's only officially released on the 15th, but we went to the special event showing.
Yeah, the 6 p.m. showing. I was messaging somebody in between The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi and was saying that I was seeing it in 10 minutes. They're like, how did you do that? Yeah. I was like, well, I know a guy.
Who's that fucking obsessed.
Tim Main, and he's loving it. But drawbacks of the movie itself. Unfortunately, now with Carrie Fisher not being alive, that was kind of like a sad note, I guess, at the end of it. So that's one sad thing. Not about the movie. It's just like the movie is dedicated to Carrie Fisher.
Yeah,
That's
that was
just
really
sort of-
cool. That wasn't like a it's not a spoiler. It's like
No.
it's dedicated to her, which is like that's fucking nice.
Yeah, it's like, well, to our princess. Yeah, that was very cool. The sides, negatives for it. We all discussed this. I didn't really notice it until like you guys talked about it after. Was the pacing of the first half of the movie?
Right.
So the first half of the movie is a bit starts high, and then the pacing kind of
It
slows
does
down.
this weird thing.
Yeah.
And it, like tonally, I felt like at the beginning it wasn't really at one consistent tone. It was obviously there's jokes and there's serious bits, but then it was kind of with abrupt cuts and transitions to other scenes and other things. And I was thinking like, I feel like I need more room to breathe.
We needed more swipes, definitely. We needed more swipe transitions because there was a lot. You're right.
There's a lot of swipes though.
There was a lot of swipes, but during that period where the pacing's all off, there's not really any swipes.
Or they're very
There's lots
quick.
of jumps.
Or they're
Yeah, it
very
was like
quick swipes.
It was there was not a lot of. Oh, we're drawing from Tatooine.
Yeah.
like there was none of that.
Yeah, there was this thing in The Force Awakens, which obviously we watched right before
Mm-hmm.
The Last Jedi with this double feature, where they kind of introduce each character at this cool momentum.
Yeah,
So obviously it starts
yeah, I
with
noticed
Poe.
that too.
Starts with Poe, does his thing, and then Finn gets marked, and he kind of gets his own little introduction, and then it cuts to Rey when Finn puts his helmet back on.
Yeah.
So each of the new 3 main characters gets introduced in the first 15 minutes of the movie, but they all get like this nice, like beat for beat for beat. This one, it was kind of like, obviously it's a sequel, so it just jumps right into the action. So
like
that's
you should
kinda
have seen the first one.
It's like, yeah, you obviously it was designed that way. Like you need to see the first one for this one to make sense. But it's a sequel. That's what a sequel is.
Yeah. Yeah, and I would highly encourage any non-Star Wars fan, anybody who's just like, oh, fuck, I don't watch Star Wars, I don't watch all the movies. To be honest with you, you could watch the movie standalone and still be entertained.
It's a fun movie.
It's so much fun. There's dread. Like I said, there's this impending doom that anybody can get behind. You don't need to know the background story.
Yeah.
You know there's a set of people who seem to be good, and there's a set of people who seem to be bad, and it's set up very well that anybody could watch that way. So I'd highly encourage you, if you're someone who's maybe you've only seen The Force Awakens, that'll give you a bit of a head start too, because you'll know who the characters are and who the good and bad guys are. But this is a standalone movie by itself. Top 3 Star Wars movies for me.
Right. Well, that's big.
Sure.
I can't say that on my first night. I'm gonna have to give it a little more thought. But yeah, the movie for me, it starts out with this with a bang, kind of like lulls a little bit after that, but then there's a certain turning point, which I'll talk about later in the next spoilerific version.
Yeah.
There's a turning point in the movie where from there I was like, I'm fucking in,
I am
and the movie just gets better and better and better and better
And it
from
hits
there.
the cruise button,
and then
absolutely.
ends on this huge high note.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh fuck yeah.
Yeah. But that high note has to be dotted with a very low note. So there's very good way to put it is that the last quarter of the movie is so has such a duality to it. It's an up-down ride.
Yeah.
You're gonna love it. You might wonder where 2.5 hours went, because when the end credits rolled, I like looked at my phone and the time, and I'm like,
That was 2.5 hours.
oh my god.
Yeah.
I felt that way after I think it was the original Avengers movie, where I was like, whoa, 2.5 hours blew by. Felt that same way after the Last Jedi.
Oh yeah, they've kind of it got you, and like the movie ends and you're like, I want the sequel. So that's basically what I would end my review with, would be like, yeah, it'll make you want more, which is,
Give me the next one.
yeah, go watch it and then want more.
Yeah.
We'll wrap this one up and then move on to our spoiler one. So we'll post them basically at the same time, but this one will be posted non-spoilers, the next one will be posted spoilers,
Spoilerific.
which we'll talk about in gruesome detail.
Yes. So prepare your butthole,
Okay.
because we haven't sworn yet. I
Yeah.
just had to throw one butthole in there.
We haven't, no.
No, we did a very
Star Wars
good
is
job
for
there.
kids.
It is. We did that very
And
well.
adults who have grown from kids.
Especially directors who have grown up
Yeah.
as watching the ones below, like this Ryan Johnson, who got to watch.
He said he was a kid when the movies came out.
Yeah,
and
and
now
then-
he's creating a movie.
He's directing it, which is pretty sweet.
Pretty fucking dope. So yeah, we'll see you in the next one.